working on it. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Four Wide Media. I'm Jordan Balasico, and this is Chris Nichols. We missed you guys last week as we had a lot going on. Everett is not joining us this week as he has some family business going on. Other than that, we got some big news to talk about. What the hell's going on here? We got some IndyCar. First of all, we would like to congratulate Flo on winning T25 IndyCar Championship. The Rookie of the Year, Lewis Foster, Ray Hall, Letterman Lanigan Racing, Dennis Hager, and only the 2025 Indy NXT by Firestone as well. Big shout out to Dennis Hager. And some IndyCar news. It was announced today that after 17 seasons, 2 championships, 1 Indy 500, Will Power is leaving Team Penske.
That's huge news. I know it's been a down year for Penske. I knew that there was going to be some axes to fall, but I did not expect to see that. He's been a mainstay there for almost 2 decades. It's going to be interesting what they're going to do with that car. Mm-hmm. Joseph Newgarden was the winner of the season finale in Nashville.
Hang on.
So, I mean, a good way to end the year for an otherwise kind of disastrous campaign for them. I mean, with some of the disqualifications and some of the behind-the-scenes hirings and firings, it's going to be interesting what they're going to do in 2026.
Yeah, David Malukas is possibly looking for also some other IndyCar news. Let's see. The hell is it? I just saw it. What the hell? This drives me nuts when you can't find it again. Don't you hate when that happens? Let's see. I think it was something about Connor Daly. I can't. Let's see. What is it? Damn it. All right, I gotta find this. Hang on. Let's see. So there was a new oval benchmark for Kyphon Simpson P4 at Nashville. 17 iconic years, only 1 Will Power. Their playground. The number 9 team earned the 2025 Firestone Pit Stop Performance Award. Scott Dixon, Team Penske announced Will Power will not return for the 2026 season. Today is Marcus Ericsson's birthday. Let's see, where is it? Damn it! I just saw it. IndyCar news. Rinus VeeKay will not be returning to Dale Coyne Racing in 2026. So both Will Power and Rinus VeeKay do not have a ride for 2026. Now, I'm thinking that maybe Rinus VeeKay will take over the number 12 of Will Power. But I guess, the IndyCar silly season begins now.
Yeah. Yeah. And usually I really thought that Rinus was going to be staying there at Coyne, but they've had some strong runs with him. He did lead 2 laps last week in Nashville. So it's interesting because I remember seeing something about him returning. So now he's out. So now this is where it all, shake up the snow globe and see where everybody ends up. So,
oh yeah,
we never know.
Now the
usually
question,
the last one to sign guys.
Yeah. So now the question now, now with the number 12 ride being opened, does somebody from the NXT come over to the big cars and take over the number 12 or replace Renus VK at Dale Coyne Racing? I mean, you guys got like Lochte Hughes, Haley Deegan, Miles Rowe. Miles Rowe deserves a ride. All kinds of scenarios that play out during this off season.
I could see Rowe moving up. You know, he's won 2 races, one last week at Nashville, one at Iowa. Be interesting to see what's going to happen. Could it be Holger? You know, he did win the championship, so you know, you never know. I know that they used to give guys $1 million as a kind of a what do you call it, a scholarship to go to the big cars. But again, that doesn't go very far. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So I don't know if Roger's going to go with somebody with experience or if he's going to go young. We'll find out. You know, could be.
Right.
I couldn't see Pato leaving Arrow. Maybe you know, Alexander Rossi. Maybe.
Because I mean, there was some drivers that didn't even have a ride this year. But yeah, let's take a look at the final. Lewis Foster had a great rookie campaign for the longest time on the pull for the 500. Robert Schwartzman could have been running, but you know,
Schwartzman, and again, that's not a bad signing. I mean, he's kind of maybe overperformed a little bit with a young team like Prima, but Callum Ilott did run ahead of him in the points, so it's been kind of feast or famine for Schwartzman this year. He is a rookie. He was runner-up in Rookie of the Year, so we'll see what happens. And it was a close race. By 2 points, Lewis Foster was able to take Rookie of the Year away. So it came all the way down to the last race of the year between those two. So it was very, very close. You know, I just think that something about Rossi sticks out to me because he has won some big races. ECR is a good team, not a great team. So it would be an improvement to see him make the jump to Penske. But, you know, it depends what the captain does, if he's going to go young or if he's going to go find an experienced hand.
Right. And on top of that, so here was your final standings for the 2025 IndyCar Series season. Alex Plow was your champion. Pato Ward was second, and Scott Dixon was third. On top of that, it's Joseph Newgarden got the victory over the weekend in Nashville, and it is 11 consecutive seasons with one or more win for Joseph Newgarden. So a streak is still alive.
Talk about taking it out to the very last minute. Kind of stealing one there because Pato O'Ward had the car to beat and got taken out in the wreck. Sometimes it's not about where you finish. Sometimes did you finish? And they put him in the right position to run up front and take that thing away. And once again, Alex Palou right on his heels, man. Just every race, that 10 team is right up front, in position to win.
Let's see. There might be some other IndyCar news. But yes, I guess IndyCar Toronto 2026. So the 2026 event is facing changes to the 2026 World Cup. So, uh, so I guess them racing in Toronto, racing in the downtown Toronto. I guess they want to relocate the event to the town. Be a street race in Markham has been persisting in Fracture, making it an attractive alternative. And they're supposed to make a press conference as soon as tomorrow. Of course, once we get that information, it'll be posted directly to our onto our page, and that. So yeah, and also that's about the I think that's all the news we have. I think. Let's see.
Well, I mean, other than Miles Rowe winning the Indy Next race, I mean that's his second win of the year. So, that's huge. I mean,
Yeah, very huge. Yeah, mostly. So Lewis Foster beat Robert Schwartzman for the Rookie of the Year by just 2 points.
yeah, it literally came down to the last lap of the last race of the season between those two drivers.
So talk about a close finish in the point standings for the Rookie of the Year. Oh man.
Well, hopefully we get to see a schedule get released at some point for the IndyCar guys. We know some bits and pieces of stuff.
Most likely that schedule will be released sometime probably within the next couple of weeks, because Penske is adding some new tracks to the IndyCar schedule, which includes a return to Chicagoland, racing in Mexico City, a possible return to Richmond, Michigan, a lot of other possible chances, and rumor has it that Charlotte is going to host an IndyCar doubleheader on the Roval, with a night race for the IndyCar series on the Roval on a Sunday night.
Really? He said that. Where's this going to be at?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Wow.
On the Roval.
That'll be the first time IndyCar has been at Charlotte since, what, 97? When they were running the oval? So that's big. And they've always tested there, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see. I haven't seen anything else. I thought I saw something about them going back to Dover too, but I don't think that's right.
It's possible. I didn't realize that Xfinity was returning for the first time in 15 years this weekend.
Yeah, I think the last time Xfinity was there was the last time I was there for an Xfinity race. So that was like 2007.
Let's see.
That was if I remember correctly, that was the race that Reed Sorensen won.
Whoa, whoa,
Remember him?
whoa, 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 whoa. I'm looking at so far scheduled entries for the IndyCar series. And according to it, March 7th and 8th, they're racing March 7th or 8th, they're racing at Phoenix Raceway.
Ah, yeah, there we go. There we go. We're getting kind of back to getting some ovals back. Thank God. Let's go half and half. Let's run 10 oval races and 10
yes.
street course.
So these are yes. So these are the official schedule changes for 2026. A new street race around the streets of Arlington has been added, making the championships return to Texas for the first time since 2023. Phoenix Raceway returns to the schedule after an 8-year absence, marking the championship's first race in Arizona 18. And Thermal Club has been dropped from the schedule. Of course, returning to Barber Motorsports Park, of course, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, that will never change. Street so far, that's only 7 possible dates. Of course, there will be more, but there's make more announcements. But yeah, IndyCar returning to Phoenix Raceway. That is so I believe Roger Penske wants to put IndyCar back to its oval roots.
Thank God. and another thing, Thermal Club, hallelujah, it's gone. Ding dong, that race is gone. Thank God. Boring. The HOA Grand Prix is DOA. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Mm-hmm. So the one thing that's possibly not going to be taking place next year is IndyCar returning to Iowa. Which would...
Well, when the track doesn't promote the race, and that's really what I knew, that race was dead once I saw the crowds and I saw the reflection in the amount of promotion the track did or lack thereof. And then the Cup Series shows up and it's just, they blew their doors off there. It was like, okay, well, that race is pretty much dead. And honestly, it's too small of a market. It'd be nice to get them back to Kansas. Yeah. It'd be nice to get IndyCar back at Kansas so they could at least get either there or Chicagoland where we could get a Midwest race and in a big market, either Chicago or the Kansas City, Kansas area to, anchor that. But you never know. It's not solid yet, so they may add one or two. Like to see them back at Michigan too. Come on, Roger. We want the race back at Michigan.
Yeah. So, yeah. And before we move forward, as you know, we've got Fame coming up in November, and the final 2 inductees to be inducted into the inaugural 4 Media Hall of Fame class is MRN legend Barney Hall and 4-time Indy 500 champ Helio Castro Neves. We'll round out our field of 16, and then our celebrity inductee, our final celebrity inductee, the car guy himself, Jay Leno.
There you go. So we got both guys of late night in there. We've got Leno and we've got God, I can't think of his name. Letterman. You got Letterman in there too.
Oh yeah. So so let's do a rundown of our field, and then the fuck is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's see. Oh. Didn't I announce somebody else last week too? Oh, I remember now. I'm stupid. Okay, so here is our Hall of Fame class of 2025. Rick Mears, Dan Weldon, Tony Stewart, Kenny Bernstein, Dave Blaney, Dale Blaney, Kenny Irwin Jr., Adam Petty, Steve Kinzer, Nikki Hayden, Ricky Carmichael, Ryan Dungey, Matt Craftman, Danica Patrick, Barney Hall, and Helio Castroneves. Joining celeb rushers joining are Ozzy Osbourne, Jim Neighbors, David Letterman, and Jay Leno. And the Four Wide Media Icon Award, Ken Squire will be Ken Squire and Humpy Wheeler as our two recipients of the Icon Award. The Legacy Award goes to Dale Earnhardt Sr. And finally, the show that started it all, Motorsports Race Talk, will be included, which is myself, Kevin Marble, which is myself, Kevin, John Vandal, he's my original founder of Motorsports Race Talk, and Don Allen of Five Lug Racing. So that rounds out our Hall of Fame, and something unique is going to happen. And our special guest host for the show is none other than Fox Sports legend and Speed Channel legend, John Roberts.
Could be a good class. Very good class.
Sticking with open wheel, we had the Dutch Grand Prix over the weekend, and once again, Oscar Piastri takes the victory. Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton had bad days. There's still a lot of racing remaining for the Formula One series. We had IMSA in, I think, Indianapolis. Where did we have IMSA at? I think we had IMSA over the weekend. Let's take a look. We had IMSA at BIR. Up next is Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 6 hours at IMS. Yeah, we had so there's only 2 races in the 25 season. Brian Herta Autosport announces a full season entry into the IMSA weather 2026 for LMP2, and also it was announced last week to Formula One. Drive Volta, Bottas, and the return of Sergio Perez. So Silence.
Are you still there?
Tony Stewart, fuel season champion.
Wait a minute. Let me look here. Oh.
Regular season champion for Tony Stewart for Top Fuel.
Hell yeah. I think if he wins it overall, I mean, yeah, regular season's great. If he wins it overall, is he the best driver of all time? I think you got to say
I'd
so.
say so.
Dude can win anything.
He really can. I mean, he's an IndyCar champion. He's a NASCAR champion, and he's most likely about to be an NHRA Top Fuel champion. Put him in a car, he's going to win. Not to mention, he's an SRX champion as well. IROC as
He
well.
owned that series though. He did. All right.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
All right, Chris, you want to talk about the ARCA West and the main ARCA series?
Let's do it. Let me go out there. All right.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that to you, my friend.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit of road course racing. The ARCA series. We're at Portland. The results for the Portland 112. William Sawalich in the 18 car takes home the win. Thomas Anuzeta comes home second. There was some close quarter action between Sawalich and Thomas, and Thomas kind of got shoved off the racetrack, but he was able to recover and come home second. Alon Day comes home third. Greg Biffle, another solid run for the old man in the 24 car, sleeveless in fourth position. Trevor Huddleston comes home fifth. Kyle Keller in a 71 finishes sixth. Dale Quarterly takes the number 32 car home in a seventh position finish. Caleb Schrader brings home the number 6 car in eighth. Eric Johnson Jr. in the Sherwin-Williams Toyota finishes ninth. Tanner Reif comes home and rounds out the top 10. Davey Magras is the first car one lap down in 11th. Robbie Keneally comes home 12th. Austin Varco in the 72 comes home 13th. Christian Eckes, tough day at the office for the 19 team as they come home 2 laps down in the 14th position. David Smith finishes 15th. Fernando Navarrete comes home 16th. Blake Lothian falls out after just making 6 revolutions of the speedway in 17th, and Bobby Hillis Jr. in the 27 only makes 4 laps and finishes last in the 18th position. Definitely a exciting race from up there. Going to see if they make the trip back. Was kind of spilled today that the Xfinity Series is not going to be returning, allegedly. Again, it's all kind of up in the air. I think I'd have to go in and confirm that, but we'll see if ARCA returns on the West Tour. And let's see here. Are you still with me? You want to talk some
I'm
national
here.
ARCA with me, or okay? So yeah, the Southern Illinois 100 from the beautiful DuQuoin State Fairgrounds. Beautiful and dusty.
Our own and our Nichols was on in the 06 of Brayton Leicester. How'd
We
that
were
things
running
go,
great.
Buffrin?
We were 11th at the end of this thing, and kind of there was a incident up front, and we kind of got caught up in it. Somebody ran over us, so we were able to recover and come home 13th, but we were on the lead lap at the break, and we were trying to do exactly what we did at Springfield with Brayton, and Brayton drove a hell of a race on a racetrack that was just slick. There was no grip, could not get any forward bite to save our lives. We had a 10th place car if we would have had tires, but Brayton drove the dog poop out of the car, and again, you just got to hate it. You get caught up in somebody else's mess. We were able to come back and finish the race, but it was a good 9/10 of the night until that went down. But again, a solid showing and a top 15 finish. So we'll build on that, and here we are in a couple of weeks. We're going to be at I think it's what's next for these guys? I think it's Salem.
Bristol.
Bristol
Bristol is
next.
after that.
Yeah, Bristol is next. And of course, let's do a quick little rundown here. Our own interview. You saw him on the show here earlier this year, boys. Brendan Butterbean Queen, the current points leader, brought it home number one last Sunday night in DuQuoin, followed up by Lawless Allen in the Auto Docket Toyota. Kelly Kovsky running a one-off for Autogeyer Performance, comes home third. Isabella Robusto, nice recovery from her rough day at the office at Springfield to finish fourth. Tim Monroe, the best of the fast track racing cars for Andy Hillenberg, comes home 15th. LeVar Scott recovers from a late race incident to come home sixth. Chase Howard for Rise Motorsports. Tim Goulet's Rise Motorsports had a very strong showing, coming home in seventh. Tony Cosentino in the Fast Track Racing Toyota comes home eighth. Michael Maples finishes ninth in the 99 car. And that's the end of the lead lap, guys. Max Reeves, rough night for him. He's able to recover and finish one lap down in 10th. Alex Clubb in the 03 comes home 11th. Ed Pompa in the other fast track racing number 10 finishes 12th. Brayton Laster, we already covered him in the Rubber Down Reride Fixed Just Right Barbecue Ford Fusion in 13th. Jason Kitzmiller, rough night for him. They had issues with overheating, comes home 14th. Brent Cruz involved in a couple incidents on that slick racetrack out there in DuQuoin, brings the Nitro Kart Toyota home 15th. Brad Smith had a good run going and then had some issues, I think, with overheating. He was in the pits for an extended period of time, ended up pulling off late, comes home 16th. Jade, you may know this name better than me, but she's a USAC racer driving for
Jade
Venturini
Agostino.
Motorsport. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to butcher this.
Former guest on the original Motorsports Race Talk.
Aha, yes. I thought that name sounded familiar. Had a flat tire and then was out there, just made a mistake. Just young driver with a big heavy car on a slick track. Kind of knocked the rear end off the car. They lost some laps in the pits, did come home 17th. Ryan Vargas in the second Maples car comes home 18th. Josh White only completes 12 laps in the Marine Corps League, Healing the Hero Fusion in 19th after a motor failure. And Trevor Ward brings home the final 20th position after only 4 laps in the Fast Track Racing Toyota.
As he says, and as my broadcast partner just said, next race for the ARCA Menard Series, Bristol Motor Speedway on the 11th of September. That's coming up real quick. I think that race is going to be on FS
real quick.
Thursday. So, going to be doing some racing on a Thursday night instead.
Oh yeah, and also joining them will be the Truck Series. Let's talk the Truck Series.
Yes.
The playoffs, round of 10, began this past Saturday at Darlington. Corey Heim took the victory. Daniel Hemrick was second. Grant Enfinger third. Ty Majeski fourth. Trevor Bain. I didn't even realize he was racing. Finished fifth. Tanner Gray sixth. Tyler Ankrum was seventh. Timmy Hill was eighth. Corey Day was ninth. Jake Garcia 10th. Ben Rhodes 11th. Rajah Caruth was 12th. Connor Mozak was 13th. Jack Wood 14th. Stephen Parsons was 15th. Andres Perez de Lara was 16th. Lane Riggs was 17th. Caden Honeycutt in the number 52 for Stuart Friesen, who is still recovering from his accident, was 18th. Dawson Sutton was 26th. Corey LaJoy, who was racing the remainder of the season in the number 77, was 20th. Matt Crafton, who was retiring at the end of the season, finished 21st. Giovanni Ruggiero was 22nd. Spencer Boyd, 23rd. Tony Brightinger was 24th. Bailey Curry, 25th. Mason Maggio, 26th. Mason Maggio was actually filling in for Frankie Muniz, who will be missing some races as he suffered an injury at home. At his home, he fractured his wrist, so he'll be out for numerous races. So Mason Maggio is filling in for Frankie Muniz. In the meantime, Nathan Bird was 27th, Caleb Costner 28th, Matt Mills 29th, Chandler Smith was 30th. Chandler Smith was also your Xfinity fastest lap. Steven Malzoni was 31st. Clayton Green was 32nd. Your four-wide media driver of the race for being the only full-time female NASCAR. But overall, Darlington has come and gone. And like we said, up next for the Truck Series is Bristol. Let's take a look following Darlington. So Corey Heim moves on to the round of, what was it, round of 8? Hang on. Moves on to the round of 8. Glenn Riggs, Daniel Hemrick, Grant Enfinger, Tyler Ankrum, Ty Majeski. Oh, that's not right. That's fucked up. Hang on, I just fucked that whole up. Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, Daniel Hemrick, Grant Enfinger, Tyler Ankrum, Ty Majeski, Rajah Caruth, Jake Garcia round out your top 8 with Chandler Smith and Caden Honeycutt on the outside looking in on the cutoff line. So when it comes to the owner points, you might as well just go ahead and hand Tricon Garage for the number 11 team the championship, because they've got a 59-point lead over Front Row Motorsports of the 34. And of course, Toyota has 9 wins this season for the manufacturer championship. But overall, your top 8: Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, Daniel Hemrick, Grant Enfinger, Tyler Ankrum, Ty Majeski, Rajah Caruth, and Jake Garcia. Right now, your championship 4 would be between Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, Tyler Ankrum, and Rajah.
Rajah Caruth is in danger, though. I mean, he's only up 4 over the cut line. So is Garcia. Garcia is only up 2. Chandler Smith is -2 below. And Honeycutt's only -7. So those last 3 spots, if I'm Majeski or Caruth or Garcia, you gotta be perfect. I mean, anything can happen in these races, and with Bristol coming up, and everybody knows that place is a buzzsaw, you can get caught up in a wreck that's not even yours. So it's you got to try to minimize mistakes and make good pit stops and not get stuck in the back. And
Again, this is far from over, folks. With this knockout style championship, you could run great all year long and then be in trouble with, a handful of races to go. Do not count out these guys below the cutoff line. They want to get above that line, and somebody's going to run into trouble at Bristol. Like I said, that place is a buzzsaw, so it is far from over, folks.
Far from over. All right. Xfinity was racing in Portland, Oregon at Portland International Raceway, which, like Chris mentioned earlier, that race for 2026 may be on the schedule, but it is now officially up in the air. And the reasoning is because of technology, because of the technology and the way the pits are designed for the track. Connor Zilisch, with his 8th win of the season, coming out of the roof hatch. Can we talk about that exciting way he got that victory last week at Daytona? Parker Kligerman filling in, taking over for Connor Zilisch and winning at Daytona. Wow. William Salowich was 2nd. Nicholas Sanchez was 3rd. Christian Eckes 4th. Austin Hill 5th. Carson Quavel 6th. 7th was Jeb Burton. Austin Green 8th. Blaine Perkins 9th. Jesse Love was 10th. Daniel Dotton, Brennan Poole, Taylor Gray, Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, and Joey Hand and Alan Day round out your top 20. Ryan Ellis, Sammy Smith, Josh Williams, back in the number 91 that he raced in previously, was 23rd. Ryan Sieg, Garrett Smithley, Kyle Sieg, Sheldon Creed, Thomas Annunziata, Takuma Koga, and Parker Retzlaff round out your top 30. And rounding out your remaining field is Jack Perkins, Dean Thompson, Anthony Alfredo, Matt DiBenedetto, who did have an issue, had some type of issue with it, and it did involve his feet hurting. V8 driver and former SVG in the V8 series, Will Brown was 35th. Alex Lavi was 36th. And rounding out 37th was Vincente Salas.
You brought up Daytona. I was rooting hardcore for Cody Ware to win that thing, because if you didn't think that they were going to change the winning in, this stupid winning in system, they would have been changing it in record time if a guy that was 35th in points won at Daytona and got his way into the playoffs.
Right. And then we got, right now, coming up as they stand, coming into Gateway this weekend, Connor Zilisch, Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Sam Mayer, Jesse Love, Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, Nick Sanchez, Carson Quavel, Sheldon Creed, Taylor Gray, and Harrison Burton are all racing for a championship in the playoffs, with Jeb Burton just 31 points outside the cutoff line. But again, it's do or die time. Anybody could win and make themselves into the playoffs. But as of right now, that is your top 12. And I do believe that for the driver standings, Connor Zilisch is going to be your regular season champion.
I was about to say the playoff picture. Let me look at this again. Yeah. It's Harrison Burton looks like, unless there's something really, really goes sideways, he's going to be in. He's plus 31 over the cutoff line, but we'll see. It's not as close as I think it is. It kind of sucks to see Sieg kind of on the outside looking in with the cutoff line, but we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah. All right. And then we had the Mountain Dew Southern 500. No, I'm kidding. The Cookout Southern 500 at Darlington. See, I did a little throwback there. You see what I did? Darlington throwback. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that they didn't do that this year.
I think they did it back in the spring.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's kind of played out.
Darlington, the first race of is the first. Yeah, is Cup Series for the playoffs. Chase Briscoe goes back to back at Darlington. I have mad respect for Chase Briscoe. He races his ass off each and every single week. And on top of that, he celebrated with his son. Tyler Riddick was second. And check this out. Legacy Motorsports, third and fourth for Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek. Legacy Motor Club finishes in the top 5. Both vehicles finished in the top 5. So that's great for Jimmy Johnson's team. A. John Merdinger was 5th. Bubba Wallace 6th. Denny Hamlin 7th. Kyle Busch 8th. Carson Hosta for 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is Chris Buescher. Ross Chastain 11th. My boy. Austin Cindric was 12th. Zane Smith 13th. Noah Gragson 14th. Brad Keselowski 15th, who just welcomed another child into the world. I believe it was today, was 15th. Ryan 16th, Chase Elliott 17th. 18th was Ryan Blaney, your winner. Who was your winner at Daytona? Kyle Larson 19th, Joey Logano 20th, William Byron 21st, Ty Gibbs 22nd, Austin Dillon 23rd, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, Todd Gilliland, Justin Haley, Riley Herbst, Christopher Benhouse Jr. round out your top 30. And rounding out the remainder of the field is Alex Bowman, Shane Van Gisbergen, Michael McDowell, Ty Dillon, Timmy Hill, Derek Kraus, Cody Ware, and Josh Berry. Josh Berry was your Xfinity fastest lap. And your 4i Media driver of the race was your race winner, Chase Briscoe. As we take a look at the playoff standings, your playoff standings as they stand, moving on to the second round. Moving on to the round of 12, Chase Briscoe with his victory, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Shane Van Gisbergen are your top 12. On the cut round in your cutoff line, just below the cutoff is Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, and Josh Berry are tied with 19 points each. Still a long ways to go until the round of 12 at New Hampshire, but we got Worldwide Technology Raceway and Bristol coming up before the next round starts at New Hampshire, followed by Kansas and Charlotte. And then we have the round of 8, which is races Las Vegas, Talladega, and Martinsville before the championship race at Phoenix on November 2nd.
All right. Man, you got to feel for Josh Berry. Wrecked on the first lap. That really puts him behind the 8 ball. I mean, he's way under the cut line now. 19 under, also with Alex Bowman. So, going to need a little help going into the next race at Worldwide Technology on September 7th. So, going to be interesting to see what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we still got a long, long ways to go. You got anything else you want to add?
I really don't have anything else going on here. I mean, just
it's gonna, next, I guess, would be Thursday, would be the Pick'em race. Got some Cup, and you got some Xfinity coming up here next weekend. But
Yes, and that start time and that time will be 6:30 p.m.
yes. Then you got let's see. Yeah, then we got Formula One from Italy next weekend. So
Yep.
things kind of winding down here. Got some NHRA, I think, coming up.
Yep, and it's like we are running out of things to talk about. It's
know.
like I feel like our
It's gonna be.
let's see, with IndyCar done.
Yeah, now we're just talking about the silly season.
Now-
Who's going to end up where?
Yep. Now once the season's completely end for everything, we're gonna have a season wrap up in December following the Formula One Abu Dhabi. That will most likely be a longer show because we are going to recap the entire racing season with key races between IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula One, etc. But Tony Stewart, your top fuel regular season NHRA champion, that is pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's gonna be interesting if they can keep it going, and he can bring home the big championship, the big hardware. Regular season's one thing, but now it's just like NASCAR. The intensity level goes up that much more, so it's gonna be interesting to see what Tony can do and bring home the big Wally at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, let's see. And then I do believe that the MX SX championship, I think the world championship is coming up. Let me see. And then once we go off air, I got some stuff I got to talk to you about. Some pretty cool stuff, actually. Let's see.
Oh, all right.
Monster Energy Supercross. Yes, the championship is coming up. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Well, that's not right. Hold up. Let's see. The Super Motocross World Championship is going to begins September 6th at the ZMAX Dragway in Well, that's interesting.
Huh.
So the ZMAX Dragway is going to be turned into a motocross track.
Yeah, that's actually not out of the realm of possibilities because they used to run World of Outlaws at the old Heartland Park Topeka drag strip.
Mm-hmm. And then September will be
down and take a dirt track out of it.
Yep, and that race will be broadcasted on Peacock and NBC on September 6th. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that. I will definitely be checking that out. That is a Saturday night. Unless there's a good football game on. But let's see, September 13th, they will be in St. Louis at America's Center for both the convention center and the stadium will be used. Will be used for that race, and that race will be on Peacock. Will be only live on Peacock only. It will be delayed on NBC, most likely due to football. September 20th is the World Championship at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and that race will be live on Peacock and USA Network on September the 20th. So the Supercross Motocross World Championships are coming up. I do believe that Hayden Deegan is going to be Hayden Deegan will be will begin his campaign as a defending champion of the 250cc class, while Jet Lawrence goes into the season as the reigning overall champion in the 450cc class. So it's going to be very interesting. Currently, for your national championship, your current, let's see. Yes, Hayden Deegan and Jet Lawrence won your final races of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. So that does begin the World Championship on September 6th. And of course, way back in May, the first rounds, Chase Sexton and Hayden Deegan won your respective full championships. But we do have some news to put on there. As you know, for many years, Lucas Oil has been around in all types of motorsports and automobiles since 1989. This past week, we lost Forrest Lucas.
Yes.
Forrest Lucas passed away about a week ago or so. That's a huge impact to the entire racing world. Lucas Oil Stadium, Lucas Oil Raceway, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Lucas Oil Slick Mist 200, and of course the Lucas Oil Indiana Governor's Cup.
Not to mention the Lucas
which
Oil
is a boat
Speedway
race, but
down
yeah.
here in the Ozarks here in Missouri. I mean, that's a big loss to motorsports at every level, not just the pro level, but also at the grassroots level. So again, just a huge loss, and good guy.
He passed away.
Make sure everybody had the shot. Had a shot to race on the big stage.
Yeah, he passed away on August the 23rd. He was 83 years old. Let's see. Yep. Yep. He died on August 23rd, 2025 at the age of 83. But yes, Lucas Oil's owner, Forrest Lucas, has passed away. At this time, we're going to take a moment in this show quietly in honor of Forrest Lucas. Guys, this has been Forward Media, and we will see you guys on Thursday.
See ya.